Good evening. My name is Flicker, and today I'm going to be doing my usual Sky dailies. Now, I've been dealing with uh, rough patches in my mental health as of recent, so. That said, some of my previous videos this week have been actually kind of decent. This week, it's only Tuesday. Are you talking about the space between last week and this week? Yes, I'm talking about the space between last week and this week. I'm not gonna really get into much anything else. So, here we go. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Not exactly anything awesome. I'm not all that bad either. I'm just me. Ah. Why can't a mission be complete the fucking other mission on that list that's keeping me from collecting the reward for this mission? Ah! In any case, my moping and in any case, my moping and overthinking aside, there's a problem I've been wanting to tackle, but it's very much beyond my scale, and so I've been just trying to nibble away at it in my own way, while leaving others to do their own part. And that fundamental issue is preserving stability throughout it between generations. Without taking away people's freedom. Oh yeah. Less overthinking. More getting stuff done. Heyo. Scorchers. It's always easier to help people when it costs you no energy. Hence why being a good person is often fantasized in video games and fiction far more than it is in real life. Because you can't just be a good person in real life. There's all kinds of misunderstandings and issues and situations in which no matter how much you try, something will just go wrong. That isn't any blame on you or your intentions. It's just a reality of miscommunication and an inability to authentically express intent while navigating diverse social territories in such a way where you meet someone where they're at instead of creating your own assumption about what they meant or them creating their own assumption about what you meant. Meanwhile, I'm fighting off my delusions and trying to make sure that I'm not seeing patterns where there are none. Just because I have to deal with madness and the mental instability doesn't mean that I just mindlessly embrace it. That, in and of itself, is what got me stuck in the first place. And thinking of madness as, ooh, looks fun, looks interesting, looks fucking awesome. I got myself stuck here. And now I want to find my way out. And yes, I'm talking on the scale of my entire life, not just recent times or past incidents within the last 1 or 2 years. I'm talking on the scale of my entire life. All the way back to high school, all the way back to grade school. It is... Oh. Yay! Candle pile! It is a psychological unraveling that I think needs to happen for my own growth, but at the same time, if I make one wrong move, I'm left stuck and suffering. So, yeah, I've gotten myself in over my head with my own psyche, and I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, no. How did silly game about bouncing PNGs that represent horses get turned into Yuri and then Eldritch Nightmare Horror Story? What in the absolute fuck? Ugh. Shut up, brain. There's no way that parallels. No. Because everyone grows and observes things from different angles. You cannot inherently make sure that they all carry the same definition for what they see and attribute around them, both due to neurodiversity and other situations. So, how do you make it so that way people can consistently communicate with one another, know they mean the same thing, talking about the same thing, even if they don't use the same words? Because that miscommunication issue is the biggest point of friction in society, but it's also a welcomed point of friction because it's if done in play, it's absolutely enjoyable, and just in absolute harmlessness, it's fine. But when left to be wild and savage, it tears people apart. So how do you resolve the inherent problem of miscommunication without taking away people's freedom? That is the question I have been gnawing on for a good portion of my life at this point. Not since high school, but at least for the past 5 years or so. Because there's the theory of resonance, which originates from a dream. I think of sound, and technically the theory of resonance from my dream has some truth. You time it right, and you stack your own sound on top of someone else's sound and match it, it amplifies it instead of diminishing. And if you keep going back and forth like that, you can just keep ramping the energy up and up. From seemingly nothing but just two simple dots, two simple outputs. So then, how does this relate to the rest of life? Because things that are similar attract each other, but things that are different also attract each other. And connections of resonance and contrast. Similarities between the differences. I've been gnawing on this for years. It's why I don't speak much when around others. It's why I usually just... It's why I initially tried to keep my mouth shut and just chill out and set up a default set of variables for social interactions. But that backfired because then I didn't really feel like I was connected with anyone. And I didn't feel like I was able to reach them with where they were at. I would sit with people and talk with them. I would be so distant that if they were going through something, I wasn't able to figure out anything to say. And that irked me, so I decided to leave that point behind. Early on, when I first started playing in VR chat, I delved into my own insecurity, my own issues again. And I kept on trying to have new experiences. Sure, it may have ended me up here, but here I at least have the space and mental capability to find my own words, even if it's just for this little channel here. Even if I don't go speaking my words all over the world, or spreading my delusions like a plague across the very planet itself. Because that wouldn't help people. That would just trap them. I should be the only one trapped by my delusions. And that's my selfishness. So then how do I escape these delusions? And also address the problems that these delusions bring to my attention? Also, if that premonition track from last night was it for someone else, or if it was just trolling me an entire day ahead of time, then what in the absolute fuck universe? Actually, wait, if I can technically overcome my own delusions and then contain them properly, I could make stories and material out of them. Allowing me to process it without having it also disrupt my life completely. Da, 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 da. Alright, what can I learn from you today? We take the little victories. We don't hold the heavy losses. So we face them, we sit with them, and we acknowledge them. But we don't hold them close to who we are. We simply learn from them. Heavy losses, heavy faults, and failures are not shames to be carried, but teachers to be listened to and reflected off of. So that way we may step forward as who we want to be, rather than as an impulsive reaction of what we fear. What is with that sound? I keep hearing it everywhere throughout the forest. It sounds like a leaking gas line. Worrying. No, get back up to surface side. I don't want to go out of bounds right now. Ooh. 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 Damn it. I was hoping to get that. Okay, good. I got that at least. Da-da-da. Ooh. I think I'll visit Treasure Reef to get the crab mission done. Again! What is going on here? It's like the internet opened up for Pandora's box. The internet. The Pandora's box of the mind. A Pandora's box of concepts instead of Pandora's box of physical things. Is the cycle of history going to accelerate, happen in shorter and shorter time spans? Because that's a thought that's been on my mind for a while. If the internet is an accelerant, then does that mean history is going to start repeating itself but more often in shorter time frames? And if that's the case, then are people going to be getting more opportunities to learn or be left further confused? Depends on how much stability they have for engaging with troubling situations. Also, that horse race game thing is going to stick in my mind for a while. Because, A, it appeals to some of my fucking delusional desires, even though I know those desires aren't reality. And they cannot be. Otherwise, I've been screwing up even more. Oh, that didn't work. Ah, yeah. I missed this version of the song. This remix. You can run, you can fly, you can reach the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle. When you use your mind, sonic boom, sonic boom. And if you use the body as a parallel for society, then the easiest thing to do is to develop a psychological skin that doesn't let infections get through. But then we'd have diseases that are specifically optimized for different areas. Getting in through the mouth, the eyes, through cuts, or through neglect of self-care. So how do you achieve that in a societal sense? How do you achieve that in a mental and psychological sense? And the reality is, it just formulates back down to, okay, so that would technically be a meta-organism surviving in the wild still. The wild of chaos and friction, of disorder and confusion, of limited resources and generations that need be protected and watched over, but not necessarily be fucking coddled like children. Because if you give people too many tools, then they're not going to be able to try and figure it out on their own. But if you don't give people any tools, then you're just leaving them to struggle through it and waste time like before. So how do you get both the ability to problem solve, adapt, and overcome without necessarily abandoning the conveniences of tools within a society or challenge? Line up. Right. Forgot that mission. Scavenger hunts. Okay, but what if it's not where I think it is? Oh joy. This is gonna be fun. They're just using the same hitbox every time. Also, geez, Previously, it only restored one. Now it restores the full thing, and it's just like, come on. I know it was challenging before, but you didn't have to make it so that way it gives you full fucking health. You could have kept some of the challenge in there, like it restores 3 bars for every one you get to. That way you can balance out to managing the resources of your wing flaps, and also still refilling and giving support enough to make it less of a challenge. No. Because ultimately, the 3 biggest forces that you have to contend with if you want to create stability are inherent chaos and natural systems outside of the stability you're trying to create, trying to do things for their own gain and purpose and influence. Meanwhile, there's also the naive who then just think, I'll troll this thing or this mess with it for fun. And eventually it ends up dipping into malicious areas unintentionally. It's the whole reason why fucking the whole Xbox FBI thing was an entire issue. Xbox kids hacking the CIA or something. They just went with the flow until eventually they got in way too deep to the point where they ended up in serious trouble. So you've got the naive ones who don't realize what they're doing. You then have the stupid ones who don't realize what they're doing. Sometimes those go hand in hand. And then you have the selfish or immature ones who do it for their own game because they think they should rule the world, when they should be the last person ever to touch power within their lifetime. And of course, since you have to find a way to attribute effort and acknowledge it within a... Because that's what money was originally intended to be, a way to acknowledge and to give a value to people's efforts such that they could responsibly trade without feeling like they were getting tricked all the time. But even now, we've still ended up here, because we thought we had solved the financial system, but no, we haven't. Because the financial system in terms of economics is not the financial systems in terms of stability. Those are 2 different priorities that do not overlap. They can work together, they can overlap sometimes. overlap sometimes, but if you consistently prioritize profit above people's lives, there will be no stability because there will be no fucking people. We don't have time to waste. Then you've also got psychological addictions coming into play, weapons dealings and fear and paranoia, power dynamics, and all of that. So how do you create a stable system that can defend against all of these influences while also acknowledging them and creating healthy reactions to them despite living in a wild environment? Because that's what societal standards were originally supposed to be, but because they are now dealing with the unpacked amplitude of everyone's issues due to overconnection via the internet, all of those individual issues have piled on top of each other and created an echo chamber of absolute distress, confusion, and chaos that people can't navigate through in their day-to-day lives. We're getting some solutions in terms of news-based stories, but holy shit. It's still not enough. It's just the first step. We need more. Not more in control, not more in anyone's ideology, but more in the sense of getting things done so that way people can live their lives without having to make a million decisions. So that way they can make the important decisions for them and work towards making larger decisions instead of being overwhelmed by a million and one things. I guess I'm doing this here. Alright, fine then. You did call it. You called bullshit, bluff, and false prediction game, but oh well. I'm still going to Golden Wasteland, because fuck you. This is not going to give me enough candles on its own. Oh, and don't even get me started on pride sheltering people from toxic shame when they're stuck within Cybile on the other side of the apathy line. Your ego does need to be nourished in order to survive the wild chaos of the world, but you need not nourish it blindly, otherwise you'll wrap yourself in a cocoon of fantasy that blinds you to the impacts of your actions. Everyone's lived through that at least once, and if they haven't, then they're damn lucky. We feed off of both fiction and reality as living concepts with physical ties to this reality. However, that need not mean that we be consumed by either or. The whole point is to get beyond that, so that way we may thrive and explore other pieces of reality as well. Other connections and concepts. Let us not get lost within our own minds, lest we lose track of our own lives. I'm down, but I'm not out. Just can't throw a punch yet. Still waiting for recovery on that end. What song is this? Hope and Despair. Heavenly Gleoid. I know I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong, but whatever. Who cares about getting height? Also, where did you all go? It's not an obligation, just want to actually have accurate feedback instead of silence. Yeesh. Um, Same boat from before? I can't tell if that's a song lyric or someone moping, so I'm gonna just keep quiet. If it's someone moping, I hope they can get a hug. And I know hugs don't fix anything, but hey, I want to at least feel like I can do something. Because if you do any base number system, then people are just going to try and treat it like a game and win at it. So how do you account for that? How do you account for people who intentionally try to break the system? Because if you reward it, then they'll just keep trying to break it further and further. If it's an unintentional reward, that's even more dangerous, because that means they'll be thinking they can get away with it, when no, the cost is going to catch up eventually. Even if it's not within their lifetime. And other people don't deserve to pay that cost. Very many things that look alike. Ice and water, steak and cow. That's it. Let's do it. A, B, C, D. I still want to get that speck of light in the distance. But whatever. On this planet, drinking my water. Because I don't drink coffee. I don't need it. If anything, it would either chill me out or make me too hyped up to do anything. Because that's one of the problems I think I have as well, is that I get drunk on my own hype and then get pulled into that fantasy of hype instead of actually taking action. Past a certain level, hype doesn't just encourage, it intoxicates and blinds. I wonder if you could count a type as a psychological drug, almost. On this planet, riding my bike, I notice, many lookalikes. On this planet, riding my bike, I notice, the things that look alike. On this planet, riding my bike, I notice, me and you in person look alike. I fucking doubt it. If I look similar to anyone on this planet, I'm going to be wondering what kind of hell life they're living through. Not because I'm living through a hell life, but because they've probably got some issues of their own that they're not dealing with. And sure, there are people who would say, just build a grand delusion and use cult personality to lead people infinitely, but no, that's unsustainable. There's that one Warhammer meme that literally talks about it using the Gundam meme. Wow, robots are cool! War is bad, shooting right over their head. Imperialism is unsustainable. Theocracy is suppressive, I think? I can't remember the full meme and I don't know where I saved it. It's a damn good insight. And I didn't even know it was Warhammer back when I downloaded it all those years ago. I was just like, oh, alright, that's cool. I kind of want to find it again, because it is a key piece of information, even if it's not always relevant. I'm sure I can feed my delusions or find something that interests them long enough to get them off my back for the short term. But in the long term, I still have to figure out how to resolve them. Because they're trying to meet my needs, but they're not letting me function in doing so. Hack logic, yeah. I mean, I could also get the crab mission done while I'm here, but I didn't feel like waiting on that end. Ooh, nice. If I remember right, subtractive, color mixing, or additive. One or the other. Can't go look for it right now. No, there is no corner of my delusional brain that isn't going to try and tie in a piece of fiction or resonance that aligns with the previous incident into also being like, oh, a reflection, which is part of the reason why I need to keep staying away. I need to just keep trying to live my own life. Because I can recognize that it's not real. And yet my brain still hungers for it anyways. Gotta love when coping mechanisms themselves are problems. Oh well. Alright. I'll leave you to that. If I close my eyes, I can make the pain go away, but I need to stay awake to find the remedy. Gotta let go. It's not just for hate, it's for a lot of other issues too. You can't save them all. No, I can't. But it mattered for that one. So stop your bullshit and either help me or take your sassy talking ass elsewhere to bother someone else. Because if all you're looking for is attention and you're not getting it here. My own ADHD and personal issues may limit me, but that does not mean I have ever stopped to care. At least when it comes to that baseline fucking issue. Too much stability and growth can also be a problem too, because if people think everything's eternal, then, well, my goodness, they're not going to respect what they have. Life is not simple, but life is made up of simple truths, simple nuances that overlap and interact with each other in complex and dynamic ways that lead to solutions that work in some situations but not others. When you use your mind, sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Save the planet from disaster. To the light, it's a supersonic flight. Gotta keep it going. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Find the brick. Press V. Collect the brick. At the same time, it will be efficient and satisfying. Whoa. Reality is a mirror. It is a reflection for all of us. Not in shame or duty, but just in little things happening one moment after another. Already been in there. Let's change the lighting. Nice. Unfortunately, nothing I want right now. Oh, come on, that nearly worked. Fine. Black butterflies it is. Dark butterflies it is. Because why the fuck not? Perched like a fucking bird. Whatever. Okay, good. Whoa! Jeez. You are correct. Where did those extra two black butterflies come from? ditch. I was right in front of you. Whew. Glad I didn't stay there. Damn. Only a two red butterflies. Got it. Okay. We're still all the way down there. They'll be fine. Until they aren't, in which case I will double back. I'm gonna help them. Oh, fuckity daaaaay! Joy. Why am I like this? What in the fuck? You really are a color collector. Fucking... They're learning. Good. did you... Fuck. Well. I cannot believe I just survived that, but okay. I'm going home. Now. Oh, another sucks. Alright, let's see what we got. Wow. What? Oh, that was just the sun, not catch light. Okay, got it. Oh, nice. I'm gonna go refill my water while we're waiting for this. Alright, alright. Hasn't crash landed here. I'm in the Valley of Triumph. If it's not here, then it's the village. Or not. Holy shit! Thought someone else was gonna get these, but apparently I will. Alright, there we go. It's daytime now. We can search for the brook again. Unless I've... no, that was yesterday's brick. It was easily collected. It could be anywhere. It could be any one of us. Oh... I don't know where the brick is today. Damn it. Yeah, the internet just went out. Okay. That's enough of a sign to end the recording. Airplane mode. Nah. Retry, yes. Alright, airplane mode off. No internet. Secured. Turning the Wi-Fi off.
and then on again. Off, and then on again. Ugh. Well, that's kind of annoying. Disconnect. Disconnect. Properties. That opened up sound, not fucking... Wi-Fi is not working. No. Skip that step. There we go. Oh, now my game froze, so now I've got to start that over again. Hint, bring some friends. My phone isn't connected to the internet, is it? It is, and it's fucking... It's not. So what's going on here? Ah. Whatever. Gonna turn off the Wi-Fi adapter. Again. Give the computer a hot second. Stream playlist, video game music, Sonic Unleashed. Then we go over to this, video game music, all the way down to Sonic Unleashed again. Despair versus Hope. Dark World, Hope and Despair. Add that to the playlist because it wasn't in there before. And I kind of miss that song. No internet. Secured. Connected. Secured. And it's nighttime again. Ah, whatever. I'll search for the brick. Ooh, it's daytime again! Too bad it can't be there. Oh. There it is, motherfucker. Now, to those of you who snuck by and watched a fragment of this recording, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, I deeply appreciate it. I may be a mess, but hey, I still like knowing that people can stick around, even if I don't get to talk with them. After all, most of you fuckers don't comment. That's okay. I hope you have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. Should you be feeling stuck, confused, or scared, I hope things either improve for you, stay manageable, or you find a way to vent without hurting others. My name is Flicker, I've gotten my daily sun, so I'll be seeing you all later. Bye!